Welcome to the Leverton on Everything podcast, where I, Leverton, literally review everything in under 10 minutes on a daily basis. Today, I'm going to be reviewing a true crime documentary series called The Lady of Silence, the Mataviejitas murders. Sorry for my horrible Spanish. Mataviejitas, so like the killer of old ladies murders. I gave it 9 out of 10 stars. A pensive reflection on murder and society. This true crime documentary film starts off like any other. There's a series of sensationalistic murders, and the film goes in depth to explain the investigation. The brief outline is that Mexico was shocked by a serial killer who was active in the late 80s to mid 90s, and this serial killer preyed upon the elderly. Then it departs from that narrative to talk about 3 things that are very important. Firstly, it mentions that at the same time, in Juarez, nearly 300 women were killed, and this didn't attract any attention at all in the Mexican press, due to the fact that these were poor women and that they were women. Second, it mentions the way the killer was portrayed. She was a middle-aged woman who was killing elderly women for financial benefit, but because she was a fan of wrestling, they said that she was super strong and super masculine, even though she was never actually a wrestler herself. The investigation went into a number of dead ends because of the conviction of the Mexican police that the culprit was a man pretending to be a woman. And the last thread it picks up is the fact that several people were tried and convicted of crimes that were probably done by this serial killer, and yet they are still in prison. One even died in prison. So if you like true crime, this documentary is a must-see. Yeah, I really like true crime documentaries from other countries because it does give you a sense of the culture of the society in a way where, I love food and stuff, but I kind of think that programming about food is kind of hollow because, one, you can't actually eat it yourself, and it's always like, here is this fajita. Fajitas are made with love by my abuelita. Sorry for the stereotypical Mexican thing, but it doesn't just happen in Mexico. It's usually like this exoticization of other cultures and stuff, whereas usually these true crime documentaries are made by the people who live there, so they give you a realistic understanding of that country's culture. Of course, Mexico is not all about true crime, right? But it's a good window in it. And I've watched some connected to France, some connected to Spain. They all have they all help you open windows onto different worlds. Another thing that can help you open a window onto a different world is my other podcasts. I have 3 at the moment. The Death by Disney podcast, where I review Disney movies, Leverton on Politics, where I review politicians, and I have another one with my son where we review animated series in the first season called the Everything and More Etc. podcast. So please check them out.